Hello, Brown. I am Eli Harpen, '09, Literary Arts. So Will of the Brown Political Review asked me to basically go over some of my favorite card combos in Cards Against Humanity, the game that I created during and after my time at Brown. But before we get into that, let me give you a little bit of a history of Cards Against Humanity. We were 8 friends from high school, and we were kind of the nerdy, unpopular kids. And during college, we'd come back during winter break and stuff, and hang out in our parents' basements and just play games. And eventually, we just started making up our own games because we were getting sick of the games we were playing, and they didn't quite match our sense of humor. So this is where Cards Against Humanity comes in. It's just a really simple party game for horrible people. So basically the way it works is you have white cards and you have black cards. And everyone takes turns being the card czar. And the card czar will draw a black card. So, for instance, the black card says, "As king, how will I keep the peasants in line?" And everyone has a hand of white cards, which are answer cards. And so everyone answers with their, generally funniest or weirdest answers. So maybe it's lots and lots of abortions, or, maybe it's something weirder, like a cat video so cute that your eyes roll back and your spine slides out of your anus. That's probably the most extreme card we've ever written, so maybe not the best introductory example. So the way that we write the cards is different than a lot of people expect. A lot of people think it's just kind of this raucous, rowdy, beer-fueled, kind of thing, but it's actually, there is a lot of laughter, but it's also really just like a sober and analytical process. And so basically we hole ourselves in to, these these cabins in Michigan or whatever until we walk out of the door with a new product. And it gets pretty hairy, but ultimately it's really fun. My name is Eli Harpen, and this is my top 10 combinations in Cards Against Humanity. Number 10. So the black card is, "Forget everything you know about blank, because now we've supercharged it with blank." Forget everything you know about the complex geopolitical quagmire that is the Middle East, because now we've supercharged it with 24-hour media coverage. All right. Number 9. She's up all night for good fun. I'm up all night for hospice care. A successful job interview begins with a firm handshake and ends with getting married, having a few kids, buying some stuff, retiring to Florida, and dying. This was, okay, this next black card is a little bit embarrassing to say that we wrote it, but we basically wrote this card when we were just really tired on a creative retreat, and I think it was Max who was just like, "Guys, we're brain dead. We're just saying the first thing that comes to my mind. You're basically saying like, when I pooped, what came out of my butt?" But somehow, him parodying our own process created a card that somehow just was really funny with the white cards we wrote, and we didn't think a lot about it. We just put it to print, and now it's there are just hundreds of thousands of copies of this card out there. So my preferred answer for when I pooped what came out of my butt was, The American Dream. This is one from the second expansion. In his newest and most difficult stunt, David Blaine must escape from pumping out a baby every 9 months. It's never been done. This one gets a little bit Oedipal. It tends to get pretty psychological late at night during our roundtable discussions of poop jokes. What brought the orgy to a grinding halt? It was overpowering your father. I mean, we are actually really sensitive to the distinctions in humor, and this is part of the analytical process that I was talking about. We're not out there to create the most shock and to make the most people upset. There is definitely a line between just kind of jokes that are sort of pointlessly offensive or bullying, and jokes that are kind of calling attention to those to bullying and actually sort of sending up the victimizer instead of the victim. And so yeah, we definitely are sensitive. We have our ear to the ground about what kind of cards are sort of crossing that line into, well, this joke is not constructive for everyone. I mean, we really strongly believe that laughter is a way of talking about really difficult subjects. All right, so we've got 4 more combinations. This is a nice simple one. What helps Obama unwind? Nothing. Nothing can help him unwind. He has the worst job in the country. Here's another simple one. War. What is it good for? Well, it could have been nothing, but I used that one up for the Obama joke, so it's good for the economy, actually. Really turns it around. As part of his daily regimen, Anderson Cooper sets aside 15 minutes for the homosexual agenda. I like that. It's not a guffawing kind of answer, but I just like the idea that there's some kind of like unified sinister agenda, and he just he just does something for these 15 minutes. I don't know. He puts on like a robe and enters a dark room, and there's just a circle of people sitting around a table planning. I don't know. And here is the my number one favorite card combination. I'm going to try to read it with a straight face. And I apologize in advance for this. Here's the black card. For my next trick, I will pull AIDS out of African children. Okay, I got through it. I said it. And those are my 10 favorite Cards Against Humanity card combinations. So next for Cards Against Humanity is probably more expansion packs, more kind of specialized thematic packs. We can't announce anything officially yet. But yeah, thank you, Brown Political Review, for letting me offend your delicate sensibilities.